and that's why polar bears like us. Oh, hey guys, welcome to Roll Incorporated. My name is Matt. I'm going to be the DM for this evening, as I have been for the last evenings or two that we've spent together. Before I kick it over to Jackie for announcements, I have to introduce you to our sponsor for tonight. Our sponsor for the evening is water. Water is a fantastic source of nutrients. Drinking water prevents dehydration and clouds unclear thinking and can help you if you're having a sudden mood change or your body's overheating. So I would like to encourage everybody, if you don't have one, to go ahead and grab yourself a nice cold glass of water and consume it. If you are like starting to get a headache, onset of headache, you've been studying all day and you're having a hard time like focusing and concentrating, water will help that. Getting up, walking to the kitchen, getting that glass of water. So on behalf of our sponsor today, thank you, water. I'd like to just take a sip. Oh, delicious. And kick this over to Jackie.
As someone who is proudly dehydrated 80% of the time, I am protesting this sponsorship.
Don't disparage our sponsor.
Hey, you can't disparage our sponsor.
How much are they paying us? Nothing.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I am hydrated. I feel great. Gets rid of my headaches.
I am not, which is why I'm so pale. Yes, welcome back to Roll Incorporated, now sponsored by water, apparently. We'll talk about that later. I have been completely thrown by my usual announcement rhythm by this. Some reminders up at the top. It is, of course, possible for you to subscribe for free if you have a Twitch Prime account to a channel of your choosing. We would love for that to be us. However, we totally understand if perhaps maybe you don't like us so much anymore now that we've, shoved our beliefs about hydration down your throat, so to speak. But
I almost took a drink right before you said that. That would have been so bad.
So yes, if you would like to support us, that would be lovely. If you would like to not, I'm sure there's the lovely other D&D channels that you can subscribe to. But stick around, watch this one. If you have not caught up with our episodes, now that we are on episode 27, you can of course go over to our YouTube page at the Dice Cult and find our Roll Incorporated playlist to catch up from the beginning if you see so fit. We'd also love to interact with you over on Twitter. It's a great platform where we post some art, we chat, you get some cool reminders about stream stuff, and we would just love to like hang out and be friends on Twitter. Last reminder of you, of course, at the end of tonight's stream, give away a Portent dice to one of our lovely characters and players for their use, because now we are all out of Portent dice, I believe.
One person has it.
One person has it. We hoarded it. We used it. It's lovely. So you have the ability to, if you see a scene or a character moment that you particularly love, vote for that character and give them a free Portent dice at the end of the stream. So I think that is all of the announcements that I have for the evening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are, yeah.
Then, as always, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and settle in for some good D&D content.
All right, I toast to you, Jackie, for those announcements.
I dig it.
Oh no. I forgot to type up the recap and send it by my recap reviewer.
Can I do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last time on Roll Incorporated, the party left Claris Landing. We headed back, continuing up the road, making a few stops along the way, where I am not remembering exactly what happened at the beginning beyond some nice chit-chatting. Oh no, what the fuck am I talking about? We weren't on the road at all. We found a magical door. This is going to be way more chaotic than Matt's. I hope you understand. Met a fawn. Fawn led us to a magical door that he said he couldn't open. We went through the door. It was a weird, mysterious place with snow that we'd never seen before. Super fun, filled with some interesting, dark, creepy things that we then ran from. Made camp outside of that place, off the road for a little bit. Had some training time. Olivia and Ag got to spar a little bit. And Caden and Magda got to do some shadowy warlock spell fight training things. Caden practiced them tattooing, which he may or may not have utilized later. When we caught back up on the road, headed up to Coal Wharf, we passed the Ministry of Magic card again, decided to keep going. Yep. Traveling up the road quite a bit. It was raining this time, which was not super fun. Did anything happen in between before we stopped for camp?
Owl bears.
Yeah.
Owl bears. Yes. We had been warned that there were owl bears who were being problems on the road. Discovered that we did actually find a whistle from good old Private Keen that could charm or scare owl bears, which was given to Caden for his use. The owl bears were just, eating some food, as owl bears do. Having a grand old time. Discovered that they had collars and chains on their ankles. Not a good thing. Managed to distract them, lead them off into the woods, where we had a moral dilemma over whether or not we should truly free these once kept pets that shouldn't have been pets, before figuring out that we should probably warn someone in Coal Wharf named Stephen Binney about it once we got to town, and continued up the road to make camp. The Ministry of Magic cart caught up with us at the camp, where we had a interesting time in our own respective tiny huts. And upon Magda's watch, theirs blew up in a spectacle thanks to a death wisp that then attacked the camp, killed the wizards, engaging in a battle between Warforged and Wraiths. And then we had to do some battle with some Wraiths ourselves. But that wasn't as exciting as the Warforged. We prevailed. We're alive. Most of the Warforged are down. Olivia killed the last one who was trying to stop her from investigating a cart. And that's where we are. Am I correct?
Yes.
Cool.
You're just missing one small detail. Prior to his death, the Warforged activated a... Oh. Sorry, Clara. You're not going to get me to not have them have the backup.
I tried.
Activated a device that will, in 10 minutes time from the activation, summon some reinforcements by way of teleportation circle that Clara sussed out from watching it. And for those at home, not at my house, which is everyone, I am starting a timer. 18 minutes real life. In 18 minutes in real life, that portal opens and whatever's coming through comes through. And so where we left off, I haven't started it yet, but where we left off was Caden was checking on, with Ag, was checking on the dead bodies that had produced the wraiths. And everybody else was over by the Warforged and the two wizards who were accompanying the Warforged, the Ministry of Magic people. And so, with that in mind, I am starting the timer and asking, what would you guys like to do?
Intro.
Right after this intro video playing now.
So make sure you have your sheets open, because there might be some rules.
We are live.
And we're back. And now I'm starting the timer. What are you guys doing?
The wizard's bodies for goods.
All right.
I'm watching Foundry crash.
You're watching what?
My tab crashed.
All right. So as you search through the body, give me an investigation check. 22.
Oh, she already did it. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
And then Magda, you can be helping. So you're digging through the other body. because there's 2
I
wizard
would love
bodies.
to as soon as I get Foundry open.
No worries.
Hey,
No.
everybody. Yo, Clara, I know you're doing something right now, but you need to get out of here. Unless
Yes.
you
We all
want
need to get out of here.
to lie a lot, you need to go.
Around.
Where's
We've
Egg?
all been seen.
What?
Clara, you find 120 gold, a letter, and a bag of holding.
Yes. Okay. 20 gold. A letter. Bag of holding. Part 1 of my plan. Okay.
The rest of you guys, the people that are going to be coming, you're not going to want to get on their bad side, so you might want to just not have
I
your
don't
sword
want
out.
to be on the radar at all, honestly. I think we should come up with a quick plan and leave.
Oh, no, why?
If you
I'm ready.
remember, your sister is being hunted by them.
Yeah, she can just go hide in the woods, and then we'll talk to
Yeah,
her.
let's all go. Why don't we all go?
Well, the people here are going to know that we were here. There's no reason to
We'll come up
leave.
with a-
Magda and I can go. That way we stay together.
Hayden, no.
And
Hayden and I both need to go.
Caden's not with you at the moment, just so you know. He's at the other carts.
And what are you doing?
Caden was checking with Egg to see if there's any survivors or anything left over. He's looking at these horses as well.
Okay, so as you get over and you look at the horses, so first, survivors. As you go and look over, give me a medicine check, and Ag can roll one as well from the sheet played.
21.
Jackie is running
Not-
that sheet.
Not one.
Okay, then. Doesn't really freaking matter. Yeah, so as you go and you look through the bodies, or look over the bodies, they look like somebody has taken them and, like, these guys look like one of them looks about 75, one of them looks around 80. There's a size, based upon the size of this 22-year-old, it looks like he's, like, you know, an 85. So the process of turning them into wraiths have just sucked all their life energy out of them, and they now look like they are died of old age. The horses, though, you can give me a tinker. You have tinker tools?
I do not have tinker
Okay.
tools.
Then does Ag have tinker tools?
she literally has nothing in her inventory.
Oh, Ag carries nothing with her. Okay, probably should have set that sheet up better. I will allow you to roll investigation then. Then this will be a regular old investigation unless you can give me another one to use.
I'm looking over them because I don't know if he's actually used these horses before.
Okay, so as you sort of look them over, they're in good shape. There's 2 of them, and two people could conceivably ride on each of them.
But are they usable by us?
Yes. Well, not immediately. They belong to somebody, and therefore they've been coded, so like somebody has a key. But you know from your background in history that it is possible to hotwire a horse in this world. And however, I don't know that you know how to hotwire a horse, but it is something possible. In your crew, Claire's probably the most likely one to know how to hotwire a horse, unless Olivia has a history you don't know about.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over the other wizard.
I rolled my investigation.
Oh,
check.
you already did. Okay, yeah.
Right. In your investigation, thank you, Magda. That wizard is actually not carrying anything but rations, food, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the first wizard looks to be the one that was in charge and had all the important stuff, and then the other one was just a mule for carrying things.
All right. Yeah. We can't.
Listen,
We
no.
we didn't do anything wrong. The only thing wrong here is that Clara's here. So if she leaves, everything's fine. Where's Kate?
Well, here's the problem with that. If we're worried about witnesses saw a 4th person here. What are they
Yeah,
going to say?
I have
The 4th person
I have an
ran
echo.
away.
Just say that I died in the.
They would have. But you're here. No, we can make a distraction.
Caden, at this point, do you join the group?
Yeah, if Egg doesn't know how to do anything with these horses, then I'll start heading over to the group.
Okay, she'll join you.
I definitely
What are we doing?
go. We can either all go. Olivia, do you really want to stay?
We didn't do anything wrong. If we leave, then there'll be multiple people going after us. People after you and people
We
after.
haven't done anything wrong this instance.
Exactly.
But there are other problems that they can find out about that we don't want them to find out about if they start digging into things. And we don't know how they're going to even respond to this.
Oh, it'll be fine. I'm here. All we did was kill a wraith that was killing people.
Yes.
Is someone coming?
And they're going to
Yeah.
want to know who we are when we manage to do that.
There's a teleportation circle. Can I look at it and see how much time is left?
You look at it, and there's about 6 minutes left.
Okay. We've got about 6 minutes to decide what we want to do, so I am very much of the mindset I need to go now.
We should
Olivia,
create a distraction and we can all go. The witnesses don't know the fight is over.
I can make an illusion.
Yes, an illusion. We make an
Can you make
illusion.
that wraith? Can you make another wraith?
Sure. I'm going to cast
an
minor illusion.
Okay.
No, towards the forest, the way we came.
Yes.
The way you came. Okay. I will cast minor illusion, create a... It's a smaller wraith. It's not going to be, like, totally lifelike, but we can make it happen.
And I'm just going to shout and point very loudly. Another wraith! It's getting away!
Okay.
As soon as you say that, Caden's going to start running towards the road where all of the other people were, kind of thing, and just start yelling at everyone, like, stay at your camp, everyone stay back, do not come any close. We already saw what these things can do. That whole cart is burned to death, everyone who was in there. And then he's going to shout it to everyone, and then start running back to the group.
Okay.
Just
Quickly, we have to go. We have to catch it.
Yeah,
I'm
book
saying
it.
loudly.
Okay.
Grabbing Olivia and Ag and shoving.
All right. Olivia, Ag is going to basically go along with whatever the group does. But at the moment, you know, her personal opinion is that we've done nothing wrong. But if you say we have to go, we have to go.
Egg, put on a show, throw a fireball in the direction of that illusion, and then chase into the forest. Go.
Without even hesitation. Like, fireball.
Perfect.
She doesn't have a
Wanna
fireball,
make it-
but she does have firebolt.
She doesn't-
Okay.
I thought she had one left.
She used
No,
the
you did
fucking
use both of
fireball.
hers. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorcery points.
Well, you can make spell slots.
You can make
Sure.
spell slots with sorcery points, which she has
Okay.
3 spell slots, 3 sorcery points less, so she's burned out if she does this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a spectacle.
So it's
I'm
up
just
to you.
gonna-
Because you're controlling her sheet, Jackie, I will let you decide if she burns sorcery points or if she just fires off like a scorching ray or a...
No, Ag would absolutely burn some sorcery points and make a fireball off of the distance.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, big old fireball. So, what are you guys doing? Olivia, what are you doing?
Are you guys just gonna make me deal with these people all on my own, or
No, you're
I'll leave
coming
Kafka with
going
you.
right now.
if I talk to them, I could
No,
I could
we're
fix
not-
the
no.
situation?
There's nothing to fix. It's fine. We disappear into the forest. We're not here. It's fine.
Olivia's gonna run into the forest and chop some trees up.
As she's running.
Yes.
Okay.
And then she'll be like, well, fuck, that's gonna make a trail. And then she'll put this sword away and then angrily stomp into the forest.
How far away can we get if we go now? How far away are we getting from the camp?
Well,
Before we
you
leave.
guys have 5 minutes until, or no, you have 2.5 minutes until, no, 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes until that thing goes. So you have 4 minutes of running, which you guys are in pretty decent shape. So you can run pretty far, like spitballing off the top of my head, 600. You know, you can run almost half a mile in 4 minutes. So
Clara cannot run half a mile in 4 minutes.
this is true. Claire has been, your stamina has been greatly reduced. So I'm going to say you guys can get about a quarter mile away if you are just if you are not doing anything to hide your tracks. So at full blasted pace, you guys can get about a quarter mile.
Well, I think at this
Before we
point...
go, I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
You had mentioned that the Warforged had shields and stuff on them. Is there any that are on the ground? Anything of theirs that's fallen off in that fight?
Go ahead and give me a investigation check. Or I was gonna say, or perception check. You find a warforged that is missing his whole arm that has a shield on it, but you could take the arm with you, but you're not going to be able to take the shield itself on its own.
Okay, never mind. Caden takes off.
But you do get a decent look at the shield, which is, it's rather interesting. I'll describe it after we're not on a timer.
Okay.
As we're like running together, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They are gonna. Just so you guys know, they're gonna be able to find us. Clara knows it's the Mead squad. They're going to be able to find us.
Mead squad?
Yes.
How?
They're gonna think that we're all fucking cursed because of these like wraiths. They're the magic. They are the magic elite armed like fuckers. You know about. You should all know about them.
Yes. That is a problem. They probably can absolutely hunt us down. So it depends on how much we want to try and give them a shake.
So pausing the timer for the people who need it. What they're referencing is the Magical Enforcement Armed Division. Sorry, Magda. But yes, sorry. I'll stop interrupting your RP. Keep going.
Okay.
They're gonna be a problem, but they don't have to be right now's problem. We can always say we chased after the wraith, and we're trying to deal with it.
Yeah, this is what we're doing. We are chasing after the wraith. If they catch up,
that's what we'll say.
Yes.
Yeah, but why would we run away and then not come back to check on the survivors? I'm a watch person. I would have gone to check to make sure everybody's okay.
I did check the survivors. They're dead. We are chasing down a wraith right now.
Well, then they're not survivors. That was anyway.
You said it.
Yeah, but I didn't know that they were dead.
Olivia, if you want to give us enough time to get out of there, if you want to go back and say that you killed a wraith, you can go back.
They know that there were so many other people. What am I going to say? My entire party ran off.
We died.
But you're a bad liar, so why don't you stick with us?
You buried us in the woods, as we requested.
You're a horrible liar, Olivia. Please
why would you make me do that? That would be terrible.
That's fair. You discovered you were traveling with a notorious criminal, and she got away.
I'm just trying to say. Go back and talk to them. We have moved on. Olivia, you can't.
You're running right now.
What did you say? I'm running too loud.
Too loud.
My armor is so loud.
I got real hit by that wraith back there. This is
Magda just turns and looks at Caden and just like has this look of, if we need to, we're just going to go.
I just wanted to say that we're postponing a problem till later. We're gonna still have to deal with these guys.
That's like our whole thing, Olivia.
That's your thing. I deal with things now. I want to deal with it now. I don't want to deal with them later when we're trying to think again.
How has that been working out for you, dealing with things now? Not now.
You want to get into this? Because we can get into this.
Not right now.
I'm one that just
siblings, for the love of gods. Be quiet and run.
You know that you have about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So you keep running through the woods?
I think once the people start slowing down, we should find a place to lay low.
Yeah, I think that's what we should be looking for, is a place to hide. And we should be switching directions. So if we were headed south-ish, back the way we came, we should eventually start heading west, like deeper into the woods, away from the road.
Okay, so for my sake, just so I know what you are talking about, I'm going to just pull everybody to the world map. And you guys were heading basically northeast towards Coal Wharf. So which way are you guys running?
We ran south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so did you run straight south, or did you go into the woods to the west where your people would see you and then curve south?
Yeah, stayed in the woods, but moved southward direction, away from, like, back the way we were coming, so that we can try to double back around and continue north if possible later.
The only clarification question I'm asking is the people who would have seen you run into the woods, which way did they see you run?
I think southwest, like
Southwest.
south along the road.
Okay.
Yeah,
sounds
like,
good.
next to
into
the
the
road
forest.
in the woods.
Okay. All right, sounds good. So you guys run for, how long do you guys run for? Do you keep running even past the time?
I would keep the time in my head and probably...
Right. You have approximately 1 more minute. Are you guys hunkering down and trying to cover yourself and protect yourself? What are you guys trying to do?
Yeah.
Let's try to cover. When we find a place, Magda is going to cast darkness on the whole group.
Okay.
Functionally.
Grab.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Olivia.
I'm just gonna grab like anyone who's like carrying something. I'm gonna grab it and hold on to it so then they can run faster because I'll be able to carry it a little better.
And
Give me an
Caden,
athletics check.
how loud are we as a group? And how loud is Olivia? Is her armor do you have heavy armor? Are you?
Yep.
You do. Wherever we stop, as soon as we stop, if Magda finds a spot, Caden's looking at you, and you should get rid of the armor for now. Carry it. Pack it away. Before if we've got to move fast, buy it.
Not even joking, it'll take me like 10 minutes to get this stuff off.
Why don't we find our place, hunker down? I'll make it look like it's just shadows where we are. And then once some danger has passed, Olivia can take off her armor before we move on.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I could have Kafka scout a little bit
Perfect.
up. I need to remember what form he has that can see in the dark.
So can I find a little, like... I want to find, like, something similar to a cave or, like, a little cubby hole, like a hole in the roots or something that we can climb in, and then she can cast darkness, and it looks like the area itself is darkness.
Sure. Give me I'm debating between nature or perception. Nature to intuitively find it, perception to just spot something along your way. I'll let you choose.
I am weirdly better at nature, so I'm gonna do that one.
Okay.
Sorry, I cast a spell. Oh,
Okay.
but that was a 20, Magda.
All right. Not to call anyone out, but can somebody reach over and check Magda's dice? No. I'm kidding. 20. Okay. Yeah. As you move through the woods, you find a hill inset. You find a inset in the hill, and it's not quite a cave, but it has like this tree that has just grown up over it that has created, like, as the tree has grown the roots down into the side of this hill, it's created like this cave-in kind of thing. Not really a cave-in, but you know what I'm talking, you've been out in nature enough, but it's sort of like an overarching, it's like how you would go for a lean-to or something like that.
Like
and so
Lord
you
of the
can
Rings.
Yes, it's very similar to that,
Yeah,
except the
that's
tree's
exactly
standing.
what I was thinking. That's what I wanted to find.
Yeah, except the tree is standing, so it's not a fallen tree, but it's a large tree. But yeah, you can hunker down in there.
Okay.
Scott, go ahead and give me. I'll either allow you to roll stealth or perception to figure out how loud Olivia's armor has been as she's moving through. Everyone running, you realize as everyone's running that you can't quite tell whether or not Olivia's armor is going to be the thing or the fact that you have done nothing to hide your tracks.
Okay.
And as Magda, as you are pushing everybody down into this hole and getting ready to cast darkness, which lasts for 10 minutes, if I recall correctly, Clara, your timer in your head ticks down to 0, and you know that whatever has happened has happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Copper kind of like circling in a radius, giving us about
How
100.
big?
He's gonna go within, like, as me as the center point, like 100-foot circle.
Okay.
So that he's kind of always on the edge, trying to, like, scouting out, coming back, scouting out, coming back.
Okay.
Just watching where we came from. And I'm watching through him, so I'm blind and deaf to whatever's happening.
And Magda's looking out through the darkness spell to See what's
Olivia
beyond.
can't
So-
see anything. She's trying to like take off her armor blindly. And try to-
Caden will also
And-
go out as far as he can into the darkness spell and is looking out as well.
Okay. As you guys sit here, hunkered down, watching, Clara, roll me perception through. You get to use your perception because you're looking through Kafka's eyes.
Okay.
And about a quarter mile away, so it's gonna be at disadvantage because of dark and
Six.
night and all that. You can't make out what it is, but you see a large shape flying creature of some sort from where you guys were launch up into the air, and then shortly after a smaller one, and it has begun doing this circling pattern that is slowly expanding. They are doing a searching pattern, expanding wider and wider. To get to you guys, it's going to take them, at the rate they're going, probably a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour to expand wide enough that they'll cover your territory.
Okay. I will then come back to myself and relay that information to the party. As well as that I could then
Your mic.
closer to the. Oh,
Your mic is really muffled.
Yeah.
better?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I will fix that. It's in a weird spot. So I will ask the party, is this better?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to send Kafka to do some scouting further than I can see? I can see if he can't count how many people are there. Try and notice something.
Do you relay that there's the big thing circling?
Yeah.
How likely is it that they will recognize your owl as a familiar? He's green.
They're gonna know.
I mean, if it's dark. If they're
I
looking,
go, they're not going to know.
if they're looking specifically for familiars, then yes. But if Kafka can be stealthy, is it better to have the information or not risk it?
We know that they're looking, and we can keep an eye on the big things in the sky. I'm tempted to say we just move out for now. Take this time that we have to make sure we can cover our tracks even better.
They
All right.
specialize in magical stuff. They're. Yeah.
All right. Would you like me to stay scouting at least our 100-foot?
I would be careful that it is not too noticeable that you're following a specific path.
That is completely fair.
You might
I
even
can-
have him land somewhere and watch them do the trees.
Yes, that I can make that happen. And if they get too close, I will let him be and tell him to act like a normal owl. I don't know how Fae spirits know what owls are like.
Normal green owl.
It's dark.
He got
Olivia,
raped.
Are you
Yeah.
okay? Olivia, do you need any help there? Are you? You probably can't see.
I can't see anything. You probably like look at her and there's like a piece of armor like halfway up her face and she's
Yeah, let
like
me get
muffled.
that. Hold on, just stay still for a second.
Oh, it's ow! It's like hot. Oh.
So, Olivia, do you take off your armor?
Yeah.
Okay. You add it to the backpack. You wrap some cloth around it so it's more muffled. You now no longer have disadvantage on your stealth checks. But you are successfully carrying as much stuff as anyone else wants to give you to give them the ability to travel a little bit faster.
Yeah. Just hand me your shit.
Okay.
So, as you guys break out from your little area, do you continue heading south, or where are you guys going?
At some point, the bird creatures are going to pass over us. So we should probably find a better hiding spot before then.
We sent them on a chase in one direction. We should redirect and head in a different direction.
Can we hide our footprints?
I don't believe so. Unless anyone here has a way of doing that.
Clara, your ring that changes the earth. Can you use it very subtly?
I can move the earth with it, but I can only do it so many times.
Can you do it enough times to make a break in our path?
I am assuming I can't. Can I check my knowledge of that ring?
You can make a 50-foot break if you used every single charge.
Okay. Yeah, I can only use it for so much. It can only give us about 50 feet of cover for that.
I mean, that's
all up.
What about using that? I like where Magda's going with this, but maybe using it as something of interest. A 50-foot hole, a pathway leading down into the ground, something that our tracks lead right to, that holds them up here to investigate what the hell is this for a bit.
Save the last charge, though, or else the ring will...
45.
45.
I mean, I believe I can scoop out how much is mold earth.
5 by 5.
Yeah, so I can...
Big chunk of earth.
Yeah, I can do a few of those.
Maybe uproot a couple trees.
So I can probably do that.
Pretty loud.
Fair enough.
What if we do this? We upend a bunch of earth. Maybe it's a deep hole. I don't know. We literally write something in the dirt. Pursuit. This way. Something to indicate that we were here, and then we head in a different direction. Give them a reason to stay here, to look. Investigate.
Magda's gonna pull out her dagger and turn to the inside of the cavern and say, I could write here that we're cornered. Send help. Heading south. Or we were cornered.
Or what about cornered? Gonna try to hide underground.
I think the more mystery, the better. Don't give him things to figure out.
Claire, give me and Olivia, both of you can give me history checks.
22.
Yeah, Olivia's just fuming.
She's smoking and it's coming out of the top of the dome, the darkness dome.
Only helping the darkness.
You haven't done a ton of research on rates or things like that, but you have done a little bit in terms of like just general, Undead 101 class that you might have had to take in college way back when, and you would know that wraiths and things such as the Death Whips can phase through objects and things like that. Just as a so you can use your out-of-game knowledge about wraiths, is what I'm telling you.
Okay. I don't know exactly how that's super helpful, but
Just giving you all the tools that I can give you.
yeah. I can make a hole. We can scorch some earth, make it look like a battle happened, and be on our way. But
Scorching the earth will be loud and bright. It'll alert them to our location immediately. We've already had Ag's fireball.
yes.
Can you do the darkness thing again? Because if I do the scorching earth inside the darkness, then it won't be loud and bright, will it?
Don't you have to see to cast your spells?
Oh, yeah. That's really a pain.
Yeah, it is. Anyways,
I can always try and
Personally,
cover
I
up
think-
the fog cloud. I can do
we
that.
may be overthinking this. A fog cloud might be good.
Yes.
Disappearing. If we can just disappear, that is our best option.
All right. Tell me when, and I can make it happen. Give us about 20 feet.
Just keep in mind that they know magic super well, so if they can recognize a familiar, they might be able to recognize a magic fog cloud. I don't know.
I think it's less worried about the recognizing that it's magic and just giving us time.
Does fog cloud travel with you?
No.
I'm not sure how much use it is in one spot then.
I mean, a moving fog cloud running along in the forest is also not super great, so just like...
Sure. Yeah.
How long does the fog cloud last?
An hour.
Just for my clarification, are you guys moving at this point, or are you guys still at your... Okay.
I don't think we've
So
started.
can I check in with Kaka?
So how long have you guys been sitting here talking? Are you 10 minutes roughly?
Well, I say as long as
Less
we've been
than that.
here a couple minutes that we've
Well,
been...
if Olivia's armor's off, then that took, and she put on her leather armor, that took 10 minutes to
Kid
do
helped
that
a bit.
whole. Yeah, that's why it took 10 minutes.
And she also started it while,
Yeah.
like, when we got there, so...
You're on the edge of 10 minutes. You're almost there. You're not
Okay.
quite there. Your darkness spell has probably got a minute or two left.
Okay.
So as you're looking, there seems the search pattern is getting a little bit larger, but they have not quite, 8 minutes. They're about, an eighth of a mile away.
Okay. I will relay that back to the party.
I think we should start moving and try to stay outside of their radius.
Alright. I can try and keep an eye on them as we move, if someone helps me move.
Or how much, like, cover do we have right now from overhead?
Pretty solid cover at the moment. This particular road has probably 100 or 200 feet of woods on either side of it to provide shade and protection from the wind and things like that.
Okay.
And so you guys have decent cover.
If we're under here and covered,
and it's also cloudy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's also cloudy, so there's really no like bright moon at the moment because it rained today, and so there's a cloud cover as well.
why not just hollow out a space under here and fill it with earth behind us? Make sure we have ventilation
Yeah,
And
and,
just-
hunker down here for a little while.
overnight.
If they see our tracks and they cast detect magic, they'll see us in there. But whatever.
Well, let's take a few minutes to try to hide our tracks, and then return to this place.
Yeah.
What you guys do?
Yeah.
Has the darkness spell dropped yet?
I think that's probably about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I look through the bag of holding as they cover tracks?
Well, you can reach in and try to grit something out, or you could turn the thing inside out.
I kind of want to try turning stuff inside out as they cover tracks so I can shove it back in the bag if I need to.
Sure. You
Piano, just throw it
Yeah.
in.
Oh, jeez.
If a whole piano comes out, I'm sorry, you guys can run. I'll take that one.
And just start playing show tunes.
So as you turn it inside out, the cymbals come first, and then the drum kit, and then as you turn it inside out, books pour out. There's about 10, 12 books here. And as you look them over, it's these are very old books. Like as they're hitting the ground and you pick them up, and underneath the because your dark vision is like black and white at this point, you're sort of like squinting at them, and Ag makes just a tiny little light in her hand, not a big light. It's not something that you're going to see from miles away, just a tiny little light that produces light in your area. And as you look them over, these books are like, you have never held a book this old before. And these books are about the curse specifically, and undead and monstrosities and just the study of the curse, what happened. Like these are some very ancient research materials specifically about the curse.
Lovely. I put them back in the bag.
Okay.
Making sure there wasn't something that we could use.
No. It's all books. Do you look at the letter as well?
We probably don't have time to look at the letter yet.
We're leaving. or we're
It's already been opened, but yeah.
Are we running or are we hiding?
Hiding, I think. What do you
Olivia,
think?
Clara? I think hide. If the way Clara's describing their fanning out, unless their search is slowing down with a wider and wider scope, if it is, then I say we run. If they've got enough people that they can keep expanding their search and keep going fast, then we might not outrun it, and we should hide.
Clara, do you keep glancing through your Kafka's eyes?
Yeah.
At about 14 minutes in, as you're just keeping an eye over on that campsite area, you see four large shapes just go up into the sky, and they join the search pattern. Two of them joining the outside edge, and two of them starting over from the inside.
Yeah, I will tell the group that. They're getting reinforcements.
You also receive a sending message.
Oh. Okay.
From Marcus.
Now is not the time, Marcus.
Have to leave the camp. Your dad's safe. Something's gotten through the wall, and I have to join the search.
Okay. Wrinkle in the plan. One of my very close friends is now hunting us down. That's fun. I'm gonna respond to Marcus's message.
Okay.
Wait, so
I told you guys.
A friend you can count on? Can you trust this person?
I can trust this person.
Can we use
We
them?
cannot. No. We cannot go back now. They're gonna think we're cursed. If we come back, they're just gonna start shooting. We're gonna die.
I wasn't suggesting
We're
coming
not
back.
going back. But I can tell him what happened.
You can tell them the trail's gone east. We need help east.
Okay, I'm gonna respond to Marcus.
Okay.
And say, I know.
I'm trying to coach her on things she could say. Like I'm just being like, what you could say. You said, we pursued them south. We've crossed the road. We've headed east. We've broken the tree line. There was a number of wraiths. We could use reinforcements. You're trying to help your charisma rolls if you have to roll them.
That sounds like nothing I want to say to Marcus. I know. Wraith and Wisp attacked. One escaped. In pursuit. She looks at Caden. East. But we can kill it like the rest. And that's all I got.
Okay. As you fire off that message, I'm going to have you roll. I don't want it to be deception. You know what? I'm not gonna have you roll anything. Marcus wouldn't even consider that you'd be lying to him.
My sweet boy.
And so, as you watch, a couple seconds after you send that message, about 15 or so seconds, you watch of the 6 shapes in the air, the smaller one and 3 of the larger ones break off to the east and just start split to the east, and start they're flying low. Their search pattern has changed into a grid pattern as they're just progressing east. The 3 in the air, one stays circling above the camp, and the other 2 are continuing a search pattern out. But it looks like you've diverted a lot of the attention to the east.
All right, I lied to my very good friend who's just trying to do his job. Are we hunkering down here or are we running? They're distracted.
Wouldn't have had to lie if we just stayed there.
Look, it's your sister we're trying to keep safe here.
Not to mention, as you said, they might have considered us cursed to begin with and started...
No, if we would have put down our weapons and talked to them, it would have been fine.
You don't have a guarantee of that.
Has the search pattern slowed?
It has.
West of the... I'm asking Clara. So if Clara is saying that it is, Caden would suggest that we head west and north. Get distance, try to get around, keep Kafka. We stop every minute. We stop. You check with Kafka. You keep him ahead of us as far as you can and east of us so that he's between us and the camp. And you keep checking to see if something's coming. And if there is, we find a place to duck down and stay low. If we use the mold earth if we have to.
As we can. Yeah.
All right.
What did you tell your friend? That we left a different direction?
Oh, you heard me say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if we're going the opposite way, how are we ever going to fix this? If they find us east, then everything correlates with the story and we're mostly okay. If we go the opposite direction, we're still not going with the story. We still seem suspicious. First we ran away and then we're telling them wrong information.
Olivia, just as you say that, there's another sending coming to you, Clara.
Okay.
This is from a voice that you do not recognize.
Okay.
It says, Drusa here. DRUSA. Help is on the way. If possible, send up a flare.
Understood. If we manage to kill it, we will send a flare. That's all.
Who are you talking to? Marcus again?
No.
Or your friend?
That was someone named Drusa. She said that there was reinforcements coming to help us with the Wraith. They very much think that we're helping them. They said to send a flare.
How did this person know how to send a spell to you?
They're super magic people. And what did you say? What the name?
Drusa.
Fuck! Everybody is here.
Do you know Drusa?
Yes. Everybody. I'm gonna get fired. Your friend is gonna hate you, and we're gonna get arrested for being accursed.
How is this? Let's go off and do our plan and get some getaways away. If you'd like to still deal with this once we get to a spot where we feel a little bit more comfortable, we can send a flare and you can explain, but we will stay out of sight.
Yes.
How's that? We will wait an appropriate amount of time to battle a wraith and travel, whatever. I can send a flare and they will come to you and you can explain what happened.
Yep. I will do a great job lying to them.
Are you guys traveling at this point, or are you still?
Yeah, we should be traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna start moving. I can still cast Ascending, so I can send a message to Marcus. I don't know who Drusa is. I mean, I know her name, but I've never seen her face, so I can't. How has she seen my face?
I didn't watch them.
The more we communicate with them, communicating with them in the first place, we can no longer disappear.
No. So now it's time to craft a story. We should spin a story, make it good, and...
Well, we should be heading a bit back east. We can tell them that we were east, or we thought we were east, but we got turned around.
Could we just make it back to the road?
I think we could.
I mean, disappearing's still an option if we hunker down. Like, everything you've said up to this point seems to, like, if we just hide in the cubbyhole here.
Well, not if people keep sending messages to Clara and she keeps responding.
I mean, I can stop responding to them, but...
The problem is... Your friend knows you're here. So, if you want to disappear, you have to disappear from him, too. Unless you want him to lie to his bosses.
He's the only one protecting Arthur at the wall.
Well, it's obviously not your friend that knows you're here. It's like, Drusa knows you're here too.
Oh, there's no.
Well,
Okay.
Drusa. You can disappear on someone who doesn't necessarily know you, because you don't need to talk to them again. But the problem with it being a friend is you can't talk to him anymore. Not for a while. Unless, as I say, you want him to, at some point, lie to his bosses.
Here's what I'll say. I would very much not like to lose. Or try and convince Marcus that I've somehow disappeared.
My mic is muffled again.
Oh god, I'm just talking really softly.
It's alright.
It's on filtering, so it's trying to filter out my voice. I would very much like Marcus to not believe that I disappeared. That would be bad. Olivia, are these watch members? Or are they ministry?
Well, there's like I'm not there. You can see with your
You
eagle thing,
recognize
but like
Drusa.
Who's Drusa with?
Drusa's watch.
Drusa's watch. Did the Warforged mention who was coming through the teleportation?
No.
Okay.
No, they just called
He
for
said-
reinforcement.
He said watch, I thought. Or,
He said it could be watch or it could be ministry.
okay.
If it's the
Clara?
watch, we have some leverage. Olivia and I can talk with them. As much as I might be wanted by the ministry, I'm not wanted by the watch. And, you guys do not need to get involved if you don't want to. You can be our backup if something goes wrong.
Did I forget to tell you? My captain said that she doesn't.
Talking through this. I don't want to
What?
deal with the ministry any more than you will do, but at this point, I think Cade and I are safer dealing with the ministry than you are.
All right.
What were you saying, Olivia?
Oh yeah, like my captain said that she, as long as you stay out of everybody's hair, he's not going after you, Clara.
Technically, we just did them a big favor. We
This is
killed
true,
some
too.
wraiths. We killed a wisp. We can use that as leverage to say, you owe us for stopping a potential catastrophe on the road. Let us be on our way. Give us a few days before you alert someone. And by that time, we'll be out of Coal Wharf and off on a treasure hunt. It's the exact same thing we're doing in Ujamaa, just
If
extended.
if we are going to talk to these people, hide the things you took off that body. Leave them here. We can come back for them at a later date. But if we are truly good Samaritans, we should not have gone through this course.
That's fair. I can do that.
Yeah.
Ag speaks up. And if you're scared to talk to the watch, Clara did get hit. She looks exhausted. We could say that she's in shock or something. Can't really talk a whole lot.
Yeah, this is fair. I think also, Clara, when they talked to us, you saying to the east was a mistake. You meant to the west, and it was the heat of the moment. Things got
All
jumbled.
we have to do is set up a flare, I think, and it will be fine.
For sure, but if they ask, why did you say east instead of west when we're to the west, that's why.
Yes, to be fair, my watch duty was not meant in tracking and woodsmanship, so that's probably gonna track.
Yeah, that's the best way to sell that lie. I've done that before. Is just be like, we are east. No, we're east.
Yes, that's fine. Are we doing this all together?
I think that's the best way to do it.
All right.
Let's get closer to the road and then send up the flare.
Okay. That is what will happen.
You make your way closer to the road, and the circling wolves have gotten, as you can now see there, giant owls have gotten closer and closer to your position. How are you setting up flare? You just want Ag to light
No.
something up, or
Firebolts?
I mean, she has a firebolt, but I mean, I can set up something, or I don't really mind.
Okay. So what do you launch into the air?
I am going to launch. Sorry, my glasses. I can launch a beam of scorching ray. I can launch an illusion. That's
yeah, or you could just put if anyone has light, they can just put it on an arrow. It doesn't matter. You send up a flare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can cast. I'll just say I'll cast a bolt of scorching ray, and like bright blue flame just extends up her arm and up into the air, just like. Hello. Okay, new.
They're blue and are red. That's really cool.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's a problem for another time. Why that spell happened that way? Let's just not talk about it.
As soon as they go up in the air, you see the ones to the east are farther east, but you see that the two flying creatures, the small one peels off from the ones to the east, and the two giant owls come flying towards you at a great rate of speed. As they come flying towards you, they just they pretty much like skid to the ground. Like they swoop in over you and do a close flyby, spin around and land. And you see that there are two people on these two owls, and one of them is Marcus. The other one is somebody you do not recognize, wearing a full face shield, plate armor, everything, like completely black armor. And on this particular creature is they have a hook in their hand that has a little bit of like talons or something on the end of the hook, and they sort of land and jump off the owl as they're landing. So it's like this like horse skidding, swinging down, roping style kind of thing. And they land, they basically take everything in, and
we slayed the last of the monsters. You're welcome.
Claire's attempting to look as hurt as possible.
Okay.
Not hard.
As you say that, the voice rattles out from inside the face mask. You are certain of this?
Very.
Very.
Excellent. Make your way back to the camp. We'll speak with you there.
All right.
Is anyone injured? Did anyone get injured by these monsters?
We took some hits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who took some hits?
That will gesture at Clara.
Yeah, that's me.
You come with me.
I look at Marcus. Does he look concerned?
He has a concerned look on his face, but it's a concern for you, not for what's happening.
What's about to happen to me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How far?
will step forward towards it.
How far away are they?
About 15 feet.
Oh, that's closer than I thought. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll walk over to it slowly, carefully.
He sort of gives you like a once over, but not in a medical fashion, more in a, should I be threatened by you? No. And
Rude.
and he doesn't, he swings back up on the owl and reaches down and extends his arm to swing you up behind him on the owl. I will take you back to camp.
I look back at the party. I go, okay, I'll see you at camp.
What, no free rides for the rest of us? We did slay our monsters for you.
These can only carry 2 at the most, and the one who is injured is rather light, and I am rather heavy. If you wish, one can ride behind the other.
No, it's fine. We'll walk after that harrowing battle. She'll turn and start heading up the road.
Okay, give me a performance. And he swings you up behind him with like no effort whatsoever.
Okay.
Ooh.
Don't drop her.
Okay. Nicely done. As you swing up, Marcus looks over at you, Clara, and just mouths, "You okay?"
I just kind of nod and I kind of glance at the back of this guy's head and say, "Will I be?"
He shrugs.
Very reassuring, Marcus.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
And your owl takes off, launching you into the air. He turns to you and he says in common as Clara's taking off, "She should be fine. Just make your way as fast as you can."
Sure would be easier with giant owl friends.
There's several more coming. If you need assistance, I can get them for you.
Magnet's already walking away.
Okay.
Get in the follow.
Olivia, you also took a hit, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, none of my hit points are gone though.
Right,
just
right. You're not even halfway below. So you are walking, but your tiredness could be explained by a long battle. So so he takes off and flies after Clara and Marcus, or Clara and the masked man, the armored man.
I keep going to secondary locations with strangers.
The trip back is far quicker for Clara than it is for the rest of the party.
What? No.
Clara, as you land, Clara, you look around the clearing, and there are now close to 20 watch members here. And as you land, you watch as the teleportation circle thing goes off again, and 8 more watch members come out of the circle. It seems like they are like moving people here very quickly. And Marcus lands next to you, and he looks over at you and just says very quietly, but loud enough for you to hear, "They were concerned that the curse had gotten into the world. There's full battalions moving in both directions towards this position."
We killed everything, though.
Well, we didn't know that.
Okay. Well,
But that's good. The stand down command will be given. But up until then,
are they gonna think I'm...
no, we have a way of checking for that now.
Okay.
I mean, if you're cursed, you're dead. But
Thanks for that, Mark. You're really making me feel a lot better.
But that's the truth. It's the truth. I mean, you're not cursed, though. You haven't. It takes a lot to. Sorry, I've been at the wall for a while. I've lost my manners. My apologies. He swings down.
What would your mother say?
She would be appalled if she knew some of the stuff that I've been into lately, but that's the...
I will send to her right now.
You better not.
Hey.
Right.
Well, am I gonna have to go get checked and possibly killed now, Marcus?
No, they'll probably wait for everybody else to come back. They'll wait for the commander.
So they can watch me potentially be That's not gonna go well. That's my sister.
They're going to have you drink some tea. They're going to have all of you drink some tea. Depending on your reaction, it'll tell them whether or not you're cursed. That's all there is to it. If you're cursed, you'll curl up into a ball and go through a lot of painful agony. And if you're not cursed, it'll taste very disgusting and you'll get gas.
Okay. Thank you for painting this lovely picture of probably the next few hours of my life, Marcus. I really appreciate it.
I am so sorry. Look, right now I am in my role as a translator, and I'm the only reason I'm here is because you guys moved to the battle to a secondary location. Yeah, we'll talk afterwards. Just do whatever they say. They could kill you without actually thinking about it too much.
That's fine, Marcus. This is just the watch, right? This is just the watch.
No. The people who are going to talk to you are Mead.
Do I know if Mead is part of the ministry?
There are. Roll me a history check.
Okay. History.
Let's see if you reload.
10.
Mead is one of those organizations that people like to joke about and whisper about, but nobody really sees them. They're like the boogeyman in the night. You know, if you're told that if you ever go way off base and learn some bunch of illegal spells and try to kill somebody, they'll send Mead after you. Knock, knock, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's who they are.
Okay. Claire's just gonna very, very quietly say to Marcus, "There's just a lot going on right now. I only have to tell them what happened here, right?"
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all they care about.
Okay. That's fine. I can tell them exactly what happened here. It's fine.
Cool. So while that's happening, you guys are walking back. Is there any conversation you want to take place while you're walking back?
We're by ourselves?
Yes.
That's right.
Who stands
I wanna put
Clara?
my armor back on.
Okay. You can do that.
Whatever happens, unfortunately, Claire's already been separated.
Yes.
But we shouldn't tell any stories about what happened apart from each other. Make sure we're together when we're explaining what happened.
Well, everything that happened right up until we left camp, we can tell the truth.
Just the facts,
Yes, Olivia,
not the intentions.
by the way, you would have noticed this earlier, I'm sure, but that machine that you killed, it was clearly damaged and attacking you.
Yeah. It was threatening me. It said some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it did.
And you saw a wraith at the edge of the woods, and we all chased a wraith that we saw into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I carried all your shit. My back hurts now.
Well, would you like me to take it back?
No. Then you'll be slow.
All right.
As you guys are talking, shortly, a couple minutes after you start your walk, 3 owls, large owls, start circling over you. And they just sort of are, they're not landing, they're just escorting you back to the camp. Clara.
Magda yells up at them, "Sure would be nice to have a nice ride back to camp."
Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
She's still being completely facetious to keep up the act, but...
Sure. They swing down. Just as Caden is just finishing his thing about, be, truthful, and that's the story, you're wrapping up the story, they swing down and you yell that up. They swing down, they wait for Olivia to finish putting on her armor.
Yeah. Vogue. That's how you put your armor on.
Cannon. It's a magic dance.
Yeah.
It just comes to me like an Iron Man armor.
Yeah. You have to do the motions.
Yeah. Yes.
I want
Man
art.
in the box. Man in the box putting on armor.
Olivia in the forest. Armor flying across the...
Oh, an armor
It's like a
vendor.
magical girl transformation.
Oh my god!
Sailor
I
Moon
want
style.
one of those.
What is that? I've never...
Oh, that's too much to explain. It's
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We can share after the stream.
Okay.
Yep.
You finish putting on your armor, and you swing up behind the 3, and one of them is a watch member. Actually, no. 3 of them. All 3 of them are watch members. So you swing up behind. As you put the armor on, the one you swing up behind gives you a nod. Corporal. Good work. It's just they're lower ranked than you, and you guys fly up. So Clara, instead of having 15 or 20 minutes of conversation alone, you only have about 5 or so minutes of talking to Magda, or sorry, not Magda, Marcus. And then the owls fly in and land with everybody else. Prior to them arriving, though, a creature walks up to you, and you've never seen a creature like this before. It looks like a wolf, but it has a shark fin on its back and a very long tail with a spike on the end of it. And it walks up to you and gives you a sniff. And then Marcus is just giving you the be cool. And he turns and says, Drusa, this is the one and it shifts and morphs into a human woman wearing heavy armor.
Drusa, yes?
Yes, I am the one who was sending with you, based on an image Marcus was able to show me.
Claire just looks at Marcus.
She asked. She outranked me.
And why are you carrying around a picture of me?
No, he waves his hand and a minor illusion appears.
Okay, still weird.
Illusion? What? I know what you look like.
Fine. Again, we'll talk about this later.
Right. The rest of your party is on their way.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know. Tell me, what happened?
A lot happened. I think it'll be easier to explain when all of my party is here. There were a lot of moving pieces, and it was dark. They saw most of it.
Tell me from your perspective.
Just very slowly, Claire is going to start explaining. We came upon the campsite after a day of traveling north. We made camp, and a cart, a cart with a few wizards and Warforged came up. Immediately their cart broke down, and they seemed very annoyed by it. Grumbling a little bit, they made camp, made a tiny hut, and I went about my evening. Claire's like looking at her watch, looking at the sky, killing some time.
Drusa has just a face of patience.
Mm-hmm. And we were keeping to ourselves. We don't really wanted to get involved. They seemed to be very protective of whatever was in the cart.
Let's fast forward to when there was a fight.
Yes. So we were sleeping.
So as you are stalling,
Yep.
the other 3 owls swoop in and land. And everyone is given a hand to dismount as they are large owls.
Yeah. There was a very loud noise, and oh look, I'm sure one of them saw more than I. Over here.
Yes, I was the one on watch when things happen.
Yes.
So as you are standing there, looking around at all these watch members who are basically, there's interviews going on with all the civilians, a perimeter has started to get set up, a command tent is being erected, and as you are here, you see the large metal person has just been standing off to the side watching Clara this whole time. A Aarakocra woman swoops down and lands. This is the tiny shape that you saw take off into the sky. All the owls take back off and they begin doing another searching pattern, just expanding a larger search. And another woman wearing custom-made metal armor with holes in the back for wings walks over as well. And they all sort of position themselves in such a way that each one of you has a person basically standing near them. Drusa turns to the party and goes, "Excellent, you are all here. Let's see if we can't figure out what happened here, and then determine whether or not any more action needs to be taken. But first, I think let's go over by the campfire and have some tea."
Some tea?
I look at Magda and say, "Some tea."
Yes.
What kind of tea?
This is a very special tea. We call it the purifying tea. It is been used at the wall with some success to find out whether or not anybody who has interacted with those who are cursed have been cursed themselves. By drinking this tea, we will know immediately whether or not you have been cursed or not.
Interesting.
Yes.
Sorry, I just saw the message.
So what?
I saw the chat.
My terrible joke.
Yeah. Couldn't hold back.
So come. I welcome you to drink some tea with us.
Great. I've just been running forever. Could use a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winds up there are very dehydrating.
Yes. So she brings you over, and the other members, as you look at them, they all have 2 patches on their arms. Marcus does not. Marcus has a different patch on his arm than they have. But they have 2 patches on their armor. One is the symbol of Ministry of Magic. And then underneath that patch is another patch that Olivia, you may recognize. Give me a history roll. I'll give you advantage because of your watch.
Yeah, anytime you ask me to do a history roll, it's never gonna...
It always works well. 13.
13.
You don't know the patch off the top of your head, but you feel like in the back of your mind it seems familiar in some way.
Saw it in the study guide, but flipped past it.
Yeah. But all the members who are standing around watching you have the same patch on their arm, both patches on their armor. Ministry of Magic and then this other one. Drusa gestures and a watch member comes over and pours each of you guys a cup of tea. I invite you to drink up.
I go drink.
I down it.
Caden will slowly sip it, but he'll start
Okay.
drinking it.
Very slowly.
As you do this, there are people who are like, camp has not come to a complete halt, but everyone is just like, you are the center of attention, and everyone's just sort of watching, waiting for a reaction. And as you get about halfway through your cups of tea, there's sort of some murmuring, a little bit of money exchanges hands from some of the watch members, and
Are we
And the
just
camp
drinking
goes-
this tea in silence?
yes, nobody's saying a word. They're just watching you.
Magda's not going to stand for that. As soon as she takes a drink, she starts like, "So, do you want to know what happened, or are we just going to sit here in silence? And I mean, we have things we would like to do. It's late. We need to get on the road tomorrow." But she's not like trying to delay the tea, but she is like not going to sit in silence.
If you wish to tell us your story, sorry, wrong voice. If you wish to tell us your story,
Oh, heck.
was like, if you wish to tell us your story, I'd be happy to listen. By all means.
Well, your creatures, whatever they were, I assume they're yours since you came after them, broke out of their pen or whatever and decided to cause a lot of havoc until we killed them.
They wanted to make friends?
Right.
Just said something about friends, and then it made a lot more like shadow people and
Yeah, it was very concerned
killed
about
something.
friendship.
Killed the people who ran those carts over there. Killed a lot of them before we could stop them.
Okay. And so, why don't you give me a play-by-play of what's happened from your recollection?
Well, I was having a nice evening watch. It was pretty late, a little after midnight, when suddenly the cart just exploded over there. And these creatures came out, and the big one started yelling about friends. And I think it killed those two wizards pretty much instantly. And then it started like battling with the machines, and it had two of the little shadow things with it, and it started heading towards the people over there, and that seemed bad, so we got out of our little tent and we started attacking them.
Defending them.
Okay. And then her attention shifts off of you over towards Olivia. And then what happened?
Well, we fucked him up really well. Yeah. And then there was like, which one of you? One of you pointed out there was one towards the woods, and then we ran.
Yeah,
How many were there?
How many in all? Or like?
Yes.
Hold on, let me. There were 5 of them.
Yeah.
There were 2 from the wizards over there.
Yep, 2 from the wizards.
And then there was 3 from the cart over there, and 2 of them came at us, and we thought we killed them all, and then we thought there might be one less survivor over there, and then we saw the last wraith heading off into the woods.
Okay.
And so we
Just
ran after it and chased it.
a point of order, just to make sure the difference between RP and memory. There were 4 dead bodies over by the cart.
Oh, then there were 6 of them.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure what Magda was trying. Yep. Yep.
I thought
So
there were
you're
3 bodies over
so
there.
you're saying 3 of them and then 1 wraith fled is what you're saying.
Yes. And we chased after that wraith and killed it in the woods.
And you said, turning to Clara, you said you went to the east, but you were, or west rather, but you were east. Would you say east or west? You went to the east, but you were definitely not to the east.
It was
We went to the west.
much faster than us.
She's a
Why did you
fucking
say
idiot.
east?
I got turned. This is not my area of expertise.
We went west. When I
Turns to
used to being
Caden.
in the woods.
Any details missing?
Truth is, it was more south than anything, I think, but, well, it's hard to tell in the night.
I have a broken
We went
compass.
that way.
I don't know. I'm sorry. She pulls out her compass that is still definitely broken.
Yep, you never got that fixed.
Well,
Oh, only the other thing I
definitely
can
not
add
now.
is we tried to keep the rest of them safe and told them to just stay in their campsites.
So I am getting reports from them that there were 6 of you. Where's the 6th?
Olivia's shadow pops out, stands beside her in an equally pissed off pose, looking at the person.
it's like 5.5. She's
Yeah. Okay. Very well. Why don't you, they're just watching you as you're drinking this tea. None of you are under the effects of the curse. That's good.
none of us
Spectacular.
died.
Did we not get a reward? I mean, we killed those things for you.
Well, that is not
a
our
reward? I hadn't
department.
heard that. That's awesome.
That is definitely not our department. Our department is rapid response to emergency
So we go through this
situation.
big fancy battle, this harrowing event, and we get nothing from it in exchange?
You're gonna make
Okay,
us
then
feel
we're-
good.
That's
we're gonna
really
have to
not
go-
my department. If you wish
They're
to
gonna
bring
make
that
us
up
go
with
back
the
to
watch,
Jama.
that is.
They're gonna
well,
they're gonna make us sign stuff and be like, yeah, you gotta wait like 6 to 8 weeks or something, and like
Learned my
you know,
lesson. I'll never step in again. Gee.
I mean, I gotta agree. It was a lot of work.
I
was
can
very
fill out
dangerous.
a form that'll maybe get you some sort of
I don't
reward
want
from
to
the
fill
watch.
out a form.
No, I will.
Just let us be on
Paperwork.
our way.
It seems
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask that you spend the rest of the night here. Well, we make sure that there's nothing
Can we
else.
leave,
That,
leave in the morning?
if everything goes well, yes.
Fine.
what else needs to be done?
don't worry about it. You've had a harrowing evening. Why don't you go ahead and make camp again, and we will speak
Did we
again.
kill all the things or not?
That is what we are checking.
Well,
Thank you for your
All
time.
right. Well, I'm going to bed.
And as she walks away, Drusa turns to Olivia. A word.
Olivia follows.
So as they step away, she turns to you after you get like a good 30, 45, 50 feet away, and just extends an arm for a handshake. I have not seen you in quite some time.
Do the handshake, pull in for like a shoulder bop. It's like two armor like crack.
Yeah. Armor clinks.
Yeah.
Still on the watch. A corporal, no less.
Hell yeah. You too?
No, not on the watch anymore. Moved up to
Yeah.
a different position.
Looks like it. Give you a
Yeah.
lot of benefits.
Oh, I get to see all the excitement. I get to do all the cool things. They even gave me some stuff, and I can do a new neat trick. And you watch, she holds her hand up, and you watch as her hand turns into a bear claw and then back down into herself.
The fuck? All I got is smoke.
Yeah, you look like you're like on fire or something.
Yeah, no, it just does it all the time. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I mean, but if I could like actually get some like useful claws or some shit out of this, that'd be cool.
This is ministry stuff that highly classified. So first encounter with undead, eh?
Yeah, it was kind of fucking terrible. I mean, nothing else to say.
If it were somebody else, I would think that they were running from the scene and came up with a story. She's been walking with you and walks up to the campground that was with the 4 people who were dead. And the carts have been unloaded and pulled apart. And she reaches down and picks up a glass of a bottle of whiskey and 2 cups that are sitting next to each other just from their stuff, and pops the cork and pours 2 drinks and hands one to you.
What? And?
Oh, I said if it was anybody else, I would have thought that they had run and come up with some sort of story.
Yeah, totally. Because I can lie.
Oh, you're always a very shitty liar, which is why we're talking off to the side.
I guess that's a pretty good strategy. So, like, are you interrogating me? Should I do something? Or are we like, talking as friends? Are we friends? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I don't recall you having friends.
Well, that's debatable, because I can do a thing where it makes people my friends, but then after a little while, they're not. So then, I don't know if I did that to you. I can't really recall. I did it to most
Once.
people. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
I thought it was hilarious.
So did I. I mean, I did it to this guy, and like, stole a bunch of sandwiches and stuff once. It was really good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was stealing. It was more confiscation. You know, the paperwork.
Don't care. I am asking you as somebody who is going to have to decide whether or not I have to mobilize 2 battalions to comb the woods for possible other of these undead, whether or not some people got in over their head and ran, or whether or not there might be more out there and you don't know.
Are you saying that I don't have the capabilities to kill all these things? Have you seen my badass shadow double? It can kill things too. Like it also attacks.
No,
So
that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that if these things get into the normal population, then we will have the curse inside the walls. And so I need to be 100% certain that they are all dead. And so if they are not all dead, then on your shoulders rest millions of lives right now.
As a watch member, lives lie on your shoulders all the time. I am incredibly important. But from the last one that I killed, that was the last one that I saw. And nobody else
Where
saw
was the
anymore.
last one killed?
Oh, I got the last hit in by the fence over there. The other ones mostly were killed by that lady dressed in that dress. She looks like, I mean, you know, the hot one? Yeah.
Yes. She is very attractive. Is she single?
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
So where did each one die? Let's walk through this. You killed the last one there.
Huh?
Where did each... You have a sense of the battle, yes? You know where everything...
I mean, yeah, like, most of them were killed on camp here, and then there was the other one in the woods. But, like, do you want me to, like, walk around and, like, we putting, like, little cones on each of the death spots, or what's going on?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, shit. Okay, God.
Walk me through the battle. I would have asked them, but they seem to not have a sense for this kind of thing.
Okay. Well, Olivia will, like, walk through the camp and just, like, point to spots where, like, there's a obvious burn mark from one of the Eldritch Blasts on the ground, and she's like, there. I did this really cool jump over the fence, and I killed it midair. It was really cool.
So as you're doing that, Drusa stops you and goes, I want you to walk through the battle step by step with me.
You only got more insufferable since I last saw you.
If you wish, we can spar later if you want to see what I'm capable of.
I mean,
but do you not understand the weight of what the job is? I need to be certain, without a shadow of any question, that there are no more of these.
Okay, well, knowing exactly where they died, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Walk to where our tent was.
Okay.
Point at the place, and.
So you go ahead and walk
are
through
you coming to help us or not?
No, I have
use your help.
She's making me go through every single one of the deaths and point to where exactly the damn thing died. Do you want me to go all the way out into the forest too? And do
That'll
that?
be tomorrow morning. We'll take an owl out.
I'm not good at
Want
forest.
help with that?
Yes.
Okay.
So every time you
get up and walk over there.
So yeah, and Ag will actually join you, because she's like, "Can I cast the fireball that blew those wackets up?"
Claire's fine where she is.
And as you guys are going through that, when you get to a spot where one of them died, as the people have stopped arriving, but as you get to a spot where one of them died, a cleric comes over and sits down and begins to cast a ritual spell. And so they mark where each of them died, and they look like they're doing some sort of like checking the earth kind of thing, or they are treating this like it is the literal worst thing in the world, and being very serious about all of this. Marcus comes over to you, Clara, as you're sitting there, setting up tents. Yes, is that what you're doing, Caden? Clara?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll stay with Clara.
He goes, I could teach you a spell that would make all this. It's a tiny yurt.
I know the spell. I just did battle with a bunch of undead that apparently these guys lost, so I'm a little tired, Marcus.
That's the weird thing, is we haven't captured any undead down by the wall, at least not that I've heard of.
Well, they weren't
Everything
coming
down
from
there
the
has
wall.
died. Where were they coming from?
They've been traveling up the road north towards Coal Wharf.
Going towards the wall.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Where are they coming from?
You're asking me like I know.
I'm just talking out loud. I'm sorry. How have you been? Besides the attacks on low, I haven't seen you in quite some time. You have friends.
Yes, I do.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. I am Marcus. And he glances towards Clara. Marcus Vandervent. Stumble over that. That's not him stumbling. That's the DM stumbling. Vandervent. And you?
Looks at Clara. Oh, he's one of the powerful wizard guys you were talking about.
Very powerful.
I'll leave you to it. Walks away. Goes to working on his tent elsewhere.
Understood.
Interesting friends you have.
I mean, look, it's been a really rough evening. Sorry that they're being rude. But,
That's okay.
Lots happened.
Yeah. Your messages have been very obtuse. Why don't we take a walk? You can fill me in on what's going on.
Are they gonna let us go for a walk?
With me, they will.
Have you climbed the ranks at the wall, Marcus?
I'm still a contractor, but I'm hoping they'll give me a job inside of their unit.
Why?
Let's just say that it has far-reaching potential for the future to have. Let's walk and talk.
Fine.
So he goes, we're just gonna go and catch up old friends, and he gets like a wave, and you guys just sort of. He walks a little ways away down the road and just is walking very slowly while he talks.
Yeah, I send Kafka off to sit on Caden's shoulder.
Okay. As Kafka flies up, he goes, "Bye, Kafka."
Yeah, it's fine. Like, this is nothing. Just making sure.
I
know where she is.
Yeah, your hair, it's changed.
Yeah, just, I told you about my mom. Seems things some running the family. Just changed.
He looks at you and goes, right. So we'll just talk about what's going on in my life then?
I hear you're getting married.
Yes, I am. When all this crazy business with the wall is over, the marriage has been pushed back a little bit.
You're gonna keep pushing it back if you want to join this military unit?
No. So we've been doing battle at the wall every single night since the cracks widened. Things have been getting through, and as far as we can tell, nothing's made it past us. But I've been making a good showing of myself, learned 2 new languages.
Oh.
And yes, Undercommon is one of the ones that I'm working on. But enough of that. Yes, I've learned a couple new languages, and I am now, they bring me to deal with emergencies because I speak so many languages. But this is one of those units that if you can get into, then you can transition to other areas of the Ministry of Magic. And if I can transition to that, then that would make for a very good set of titles for me and the family.
Your family already has titles, Marcus.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with having more titles. Making a name for myself inside the family.
Marcus, you wanted to make a name for yourself in art and not the military.
Yeah, things have changed.
I guess they have.
Well, there's 3 cracks that opened up in the wall.
Okay. Yes.
Still trying to figure out what that's all about.
I'm sure you'll figure it out one day.
Give me a deception roll.
10.
10, okay. And I have to go and I hadn't finished his sheet, so let me pull it up on D&D.
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. He has a +5 to his insight. Okay.
Shit. I made him.
You did make him. I made you.
You can't betray me now, Marcus. Marcus.
You rolled a d10.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
One more no, yeah.
Thank you for that catch. You didn't have to tell me.
Oh,
He turns to you and he just takes one of your hands in a gentle, not like holding hands while you're walking couple, just takes one of your hands and holds it. Sarah, what's going on? I'm worried. And you've started lying to me now?
Kieran's dead.
May he rest in pain.
Sure.
I like it.
He died in a explosion in the city.
I heard of that.
Yup. And I had my suspicions that he possibly could have been involved with the cracks in the wall.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting. Have you told anybody about this?
I was trying to get proof, and then he exploded.
What was he working on that would do that? He was a transmutation wizard, and he also dabbled in time stuff. Was it transmutation or time?
Do you really think he told me any of the details of his personal research? When has he ever told me exactly what he was doing?
Well, he might not have told you, but you always knew more than you let on.
Sure, but I don't have any of the materials to go back and look and find out anymore. That city block is gone!
So you know nothing about what he was into?
I know he was doing magical experiments and that we were working on some theoretical things about understanding seeing through time, possibly trying to travel through it, but I don't know how. I don't know. I'd need to see more of his research and what he was doing when that explosion happened, but...
So what's with all the tenseness and dancing around answers and starting to lie? Where's all that coming from?
My teacher possibly was the one responsible for starting to break the wall.
He holds up a hand. Yes, but it's me.
I don't know what you want from me, Marcus.
Are you okay?
No. No.
Can I help you in any way? Do you need me to hide you? Make you disappear? Do you want to...
You're going to risk your new fancy job with the military that you seem so fond of now to hide me?
It's just a job. You're my friend. It's the three of us together, always.
Sure. We've sort of grown apart, Marcus. I don't know if you've noticed that. You've been away. We've been dealing with things on our own. Lorcan's been dealing with things. I've been dealing with things.
That's fair, but doesn't change the fact that you're you and I'm me and he's him.
What do you want us to do? Run? Where are we going to run?
I'm just asking whether or not there's anything I can do to help you. You're not on your own. You don't have to. I mean, you have your friends, and you're clearly quite powerful. I see your wizard badge.
Graduated.
Well done.
Yeah. Did that right before Kieran asked me to marry him.
What?
Yes. That was fun.
Damn guy deserved to be exploded.
I mean, I'm not that caught up about it. I mean, it's the whole time. I don't have... This is not the time or the place to be talking about this, Marcus. Just...
Okay.
Are they going to be a problem? And she's pointing
Shouldn't
back to
be.
the ministry members.
I mean, no. It's not
Are they
like
all
you're
from the
wanted by
wall?
the Ministry of Magic at all.
They have some
But
questions
no.
for me.
Just questioning? Yeah. Those guys, they're not warrant collectors or anything like that. They are They respond to him. They're the first guys through the door, and they leave the rest up to the watch. The cleanup is up to the watch. So you should be fine. They're going to wait until tomorrow morning. They're going to talk to you guys again, make sure your story lines up with what you told them last night, and then they'll let you go on your way.
All right. Look, I don't know if this is going to be helpful to you, Marcus, but there have been rumors. I don't want to. Don't ask me how I know this. Promise?
Promise.
And in Celestial, Claire's gonna say, I think there may be ways of getting to the wall that aren't on the road. Just, there could be some breaches where you don't expect them.
Okay. Not sure what I can do with that either, but
I'm not really sure either. We kind of...
Yeah.
It's just information. Don't be shocked if you
More
find something
crack?
from... Of a sort. Loopholes in the wall.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's... One of them is fine now. Don't worry about it. We dealt with it, but... Just if you hear about things past the wall, it may not have actually come past the wall.
Okay, then. Do you have any insight on how to fix the wall? Should I be getting people interested in your knowledge? Should I be distracting them from what you're up to?
I mean, I would love to help. I would also love to not have to answer a bunch of questions on whether or not I was involved in causing them because I was learning from Kieran. So it's a complicated answer. I could maybe help, but I'd have to go to the wall, and I don't really... doesn't seem like such a great place to go to right now.
No, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But, eventually something will get past us. And at that point...
I need to do some more research, and I might be able to help. How's that?
Okay. I trust that you understand.
If anyone asks about me, you could imply that I could be valuable. That would be helpful.
Done. You are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still doing Time Wizard, right?
You know I'm not good at any of the other schools of magic?
I just want to know if you knew any new tricks.
Oh, yeah, but I used most of them.
Damn it.
How
is Lorcan doing? The rest of the conversation is just him catching up. Talking to you about how your dad's doing at the wall. He's actually shown some inventive spirit in there, moving him to one of the other teams to work on some things other than the small stuff. Nowhere near the front lines. He just gets to work with very rare minerals and things like that. He's super excited about it.
I'm sure. He's very excited about being in the most dangerous place in the world right now.
He doesn't seem to understand the danger of where he's at because
that's why I asked you to look after him, Marcus.
He's being well looked after. The enchanters are way back behind the back lines.
And you just said something could probably get past you at some point, so please send him home.
I don't have that authority.
Fine. Fine.
You could send him and ask him to go home. But, I don't know if he'll agree.
I can try.
He's said something along the lines of Clara's gone off on her own and made her own friends in her own name. Something about a big green dude?
Water under the bridge. No, it's fine. It's not a thing.
More secrets. More secrets.
It's fine. Marcus, you could do one thing for me. One thing.
Sure. you're walking
if
back.
Someone
towards the camp.
comes and asks, she's still talking in Celestial.
Yeah.
If someone comes and asks about me from a different part of the ministry, maybe see what they want. I can't keep away from them forever.
There's so many ways to not lie. I'm an actor.
You're giving that up for fighting glory, Marcus, which is really weird.
Not fighting glory. It's more like this is the hand I've been dealt, and I'm trying to make the best of it so that way I can
You're
do
making
something
a
else.
choice, Marcus, and I think you're making a stupid one.
What do you want me to do? Just go back home and open a theater while all this is going on?
Yes. It honestly sounds so much better than risking your life at the wall.
But my linguistical skills are in use here. I'm able to translate between people who can't talk to each other very well. I'm reading really old manuscripts, like so old. It's amazing.
We will write in your obituary that you were working very hard on providing linguistic skill to the ministry.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
Look, something goes through that wall. I'm heading back to the town anyway.
Fine.
My term here is up in a couple months, but if I can get some leverage in the Ministry of Magic, then that means I can get access to some more powerful illusion spells, and then I could create things that other people aren't allowed to do because I know the right people.
At what cost?
Saving the world?
That's not the only thing the ministry does, Marcus.
What are you talking about?
Just... You wanted to be in theater, you wanted to have a family, and you're throwing it all away for this. Just think about your choices. Claire's gonna walk off.
Okay.
She's gonna walk back to Caden.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Do you look over at Marcus as you walk away?
No.
Okay.
Caden might be watching.
He has he watches Clara walk back to you, and he takes off his glasses and cleans them and puts them back on, and adjusts his tie. Which it really isn't a tie. I can't remember the name of it.
Cravat. It's a cravat.
Thank you. He adjusts his cravat, and then he takes his glasses off and cleans them again and puts them back in. And he has this pensive look on his face. And then he walks over to where Olivia and Magda are, and just finishing up walking through the battle, answering the detailed questions about the combat. Olivia,
to
go ahead.
Disguise one, like there was an area kind of where Olivia and Caden were, where like a couple of them died in a similar spot.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna say that's just one.
Okay.
So that the sixth one is the one they killed out in the woods.
Okay. Olivia, with Magda's help, because she's assisting you on this, I'm going to have you make a deception check on this, but I'm not going to have you use your charisma. Instead, I would like you to actually roll this with, I'm going to have you roll an athletics check as your deception check, because this is a combat kind of thing that you are stepping through. And so I could have you make an attack roll for it, but I'd rather just have you use athletics. And you can roll this with advantage because Magda is helping you.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of this is Olivia demonstrating how cool she looked out of the whole battle. And
Magda's helping her. She's like, "Oh, she looked amazing."
Does the jump over the fence again. So
I think she jumped even higher.
Yeah.
Had more momentum last time. Good thing you gave me advantage.
That 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost had a heart attack. They got for advantage. All right.
Okay. After you walk through all that, she turns to you and goes, Drusa turns to you. All right then. Well, that is the end of the investigation for the evening. We have people, actually, now that I think of it, could you both come out and show me where the wraith died out in the woods?
What, like right now?
You said
Yes.
we'd do it tomorrow.
Yes, but in hindsight,
So late.
it's better to ensure that, all of these are dead before we give it an 8-hour, 6-hour, 4-hour now head start. We
I
can
just
take the owls out there.
I just did a full reenactment. I jumped over that fence twice. I'm not gonna go walk out into the woods.
No, we'll fly. I apologize. I'm not really making a request at this point.
Could have keep us up all night.
For the safety of everyone in the in the land of Nari, yes, you can waste a night's sleep. Welcome to being heroes.
Dude, like, for me, can I just, like, sleep first and then we'll go? It
No.
only takes me 4 hours, so.
No, we can't. Hop on an owl.
Damn owls!
So,
Let's go.
what part of end of the world are you not getting?
As Druce is walking away, Olivia, like, looks over at Magda and is like, I don't see the point of having friends. That wasn't useful at all.
But I'm here.
Well, yeah, I guess that was useful, but that one wasn't.
Some owls come over. You guys fly out to the location. Where are you telling them you killed this?
So before they come back, Magda's gonna pull Ag and Olivia and say, we're all going to pick somewhere different. And we're all going to direct them in different ways, and we're going to be very insistent that we're the right one.
Are you
Like
sure?
we were in the east suggestion, Ag.
Oh, that could be fun.
What
We're
about
going to run in circles.
that spot where you cast darkness? There's a whole bunch of marks there from us moving around and me taking my armor off. Like, that would be pretty easy.
We can start there, but if they can't find the place where it killed, like the exact spot, because they wanted the exact spot of all of these.
I don't know. I just don't want them any more suspicious of us.
The owls land next to you.
Okay.
So you guys mount up, and as you guys you hear Ag say, killed it over there. Completely wrong
No,
direction.
Ag, what are you talking about? We went this way. I point
No,
them
we
in the
definitely
direction.
went that way.
You can
We
see
ran
the
off
marks
this
that
way.
I made in the.
Yeah,
tree.
look, there's the path we took, Ag. You're
Oh, maybe I was mistaken.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll go this way.
this way. See, there's the big fireball you landed on the thing.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
So they kind of like the riders kind of look at you like, what the fuck? And you guys all take off, giving counter directions the whole way.
Yeah, especially when we get close to it, Magda's gonna be like, it was over that way, and I assume Ag will point somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it'll just like start an argument. Oh, it was definitely over there. That's the direction we went. What are you talking about?
Ag is
I shot
never
a thing over
pointing at
that
the
way.
same spot. Like every place Ag points is different from the spot she pointed to before.
For
Just to make
sure,
things
but like,
weird.
it was like, no, you just got turned around. What are you talking about? We didn't go that way. And then Magda
What's
will change
Olivia
hers
doing?
too. It's like, well,
Yeah.
okay, maybe it was over there.
While
What's
they're
Olivia
doing
doing?
that, to make it easier on Olivia, she will actually point the way that they've been walking because there's going to be broken branches from her like
Oh
stumbling.
yeah,
So they'll be pointing opposite directions. Olivia will point the actual direction, and she'll be telling the truth.
I should clarify. Magda is not starting to do this until we reach the point where we were hiding, and like
Okay.
our trail ends, and then she'll start like, we went that way. We went that way.
Yeah. Ag is doing it the whole time though.
Yeah, that's just.
They just stopped
She's having a
listening
great
to anything Ag has to say.
But Magda's still getting in play arguments with her the whole time.
Yeah. And so you get to that spot. They make a mark, and that Olivia mentions. They mark about every spot that Magda points to. Like they drop a yellow marker, and they basically after about like 10 of these, Drusa basically goes, you know what? If it was in this general area, we'll just canvass the whole area. That is
All right.
good enough.
Excellent.
And they fly you back. It is now about 5 a.m. And they pull you back out, all of you, and they sit down and they ask you to go over what happened one more time.
Have we rested at least?
The rest of the way back, I spent like ranting about how all trees look the same, and I don't see how these druids and rangers think that every tree is like unique and different. And the only way to
is like completely on board. I know, right? Fuck the whole every tree has a soul kind of thing. Like,
yes.
I'm just joining in on that too.
Yeah. So Caden and Clara, they actually focus their conversation and discussion on you guys, asking you to once again go over what happened. And Caden, you are familiar with this technique. It is a common, it's a common interrogation technique. Let the adrenaline wear off, let you get exhausted, and then see whether or not there's any slip-ups. So how would you guys like to present your explanation of the story?
I am going to essentially try to word for word recreate what Magda said earlier. In trying to, just in remembering everything that she was saying and kind of using like, what is it? I know it's not exactly this, but like the whole, the feature of, what is it I have? The Master of Intrigue, I think it is. No, not that one. The Tactics? No, it is Intrigue. It is Intrigue. Just where I can mimic speech patterns and everything else. Mm-hmm. It's more, I'm just trying to remember. I know I don't have the ability to remember word for word, but I'm trying to like recreate everything that Magda was saying about, well, we went over here and we fought this and there was this blast that happened here. Blah, blah, just continuing on.
And Claire, are you doing anything to assist him?
I am limping heavily.
Okay.
And looking very tired and increasingly annoyed at everything and holding my tongue. Just following along with Caden, but just looking real pissed at having to do this again.
Okay. All right. With that, then, I will have you roll a deception check, Caden.
Inspiration.
Okay.
Good idea.
21. All right. That can't talk. After that, Drusa looks at you guys. I'm sorry for keeping you up all night. Thank you for your assistance. Olivia, I will put in it for a commendation for you and a reward for your tea. And she just turns on her heel and stops and looks at you, Olivia, and glances over at you, Magda. We should all have a drink sometime. And turns to her team and gives a wrap up. And the team just sort of loads up and starts grabbing their stuff. And
does Magda catch on to the interest that Drusa has behind that?
She has the delicacy of Olivia. So go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay.
Olivia's just like ranting about it.
Is there any chance I could have it with advantage because Magda is so used to dealing with people who are interested with her? Awesome.
I would actually give you the advantage because you're so used to dealing with Olivia, but 14? Yes, you only had to beat a 10. Like she has the delicacy, like the subtlety of Olivia. And that's like she like totally winked at you. As she walks away.
Should I reach you in a jama?
She turns around and goes, I'm not there very often, but next time I'm there, I'll look you up.
How are you going to do that when you don't have my name?
That's... Nobody took your name. Nobody took their name. Fuck, nobody took their... What's your names?
Magda.
Magda.
Starbird.
Why do I know that name? Magda Starbird. And they go down the line. I already know Olivia.
You have to know my name. You sent to me.
Oh, right, Clara. What's your last name, Clara?
You have to know my name to send to me so she knows my name.
Oh, okay. She has to know the whole thing. I haven't looked at this.
Name and face. You gotta know name and face.
I always treated that like first name. I didn't realize it was whole name. And you?
Oh.
Points at Caden. Caden.
See, no last name.
Interesting. Like Olivia. Good to meet you all. Well done. Ag. And Ag. I'm Ag.
Does Ag have a last name?
No. This is the group with no last name. Well, thank you all for your help. I will put in and see if I can't get you some reward. And I'll look you up next time I'm in Ujamba, Magda.
Where are you usually?
The wall. That's where we're stationed out of these days.
I see.
Yeah. You're welcome to come. If you come to the wall, look me up.
I'll keep that in mind.
And Marcus comes over to you, Clara, and gives you a hug, or goes to give you a hug.
I definitely give him a hug, and I am going to. Clara's prepared for this. She's taking the piece of the door that they found, so just gonna, as they like go away from the hug, like, grab his hand and just put it in it, and just be like, "Just remember what I said. Things to look into. Think about."
Of course.
And
You remember what I said, even though we, friends. Got your back.
Okay.
And I'll think about what you said.
I'm sure your fiance would be very happy to hear that. Just go get married.
Don't die. You're supposed to come to the wedding.
Don't die. You're supposed to be at the wedding.
Fair enough. It was nice to
say goodbye.
Yeah, and he turns around and waves over his shoulder. And he hops on his owl, and the other couple owls, they'll hop on him, and they fly off. The watch is still here, and they're doing some other perfunctory stuff. But you now are free of your own devices. And I apologize. I lost track of the time. We are going to take our break here. It is 7:45. We're 45 minutes late. Nobody said anything to me. So I apologize. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Go refill your water. Thank you to our sponsor. And we'll see you in 15 minutes. I have nothing clever. Hello, we are back. It is bright and early in the morning here in the Land Re. 70 degrees out, no, 60, 55 degrees out, nice balmy day. What is the party doing as this campground has sort of been taken over by the Watch?
Going to sleep.
I would very much like to sleep.
Do you put up a tiny hut or you go with tents?
Cadence put up tents.
Yeah. I would like
That's
to not
good.
have to cast any more spells today, friends.
Ag helps put up her tent. Did you put up all the tents, Caden, or just?
I mean, if I was there for a while, I think I would have. If they came to get, and especially because they came to get us at 5 a.m. or something, you said, so we would have had time to put up tents and stuff. So
100% agree. So all the tents are there. Ag crawls into her tent, rolls over, and just falls asleep.
I'm starting to get really annoyed by that ability of hers.
I think it's another spell.
Wouldn't put it past her.
All of you are learning new spells, aren't you?
Sorry, it's too late to make jokes.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's bedtime. Let's get some rest.
Please.
We can hit the road tomorrow afternoon or whatever.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna run over there and do a quick training session.
Stop talking. You're making me hurt just thinking about it. Go.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, Olivia's gonna run over to Drusa. Be like, "Hey, I promise."
Okay. Yeah, they were looking like they're gonna wrap up and get out of there, but when you run over, she's like, "Oh, yeah, if you wanna just do a sparring match, or do you wanna just?"
Yeah, let's just spar, and then I'll head off.
So I have to tell you, with some of the stuff that they did in the Ministry of Magic and helped me figure out, I am now quite probably beyond your level, but I'll try to go easy on you.
No.
And as you say no, her body starts to shift and turn, and she turns into this like bear shark thing that's huge. Like,
He's pulling out a great sword and like.
I think you're muted, Magda.
No, I was saying it very quietly. I was just thinking about the bear sharks again.
Oh, yeah, the bear sharks, an invention from my last game. But she pulls, and she gets in a little bit of the circle clears. People start gathering around. This looks like it'll be fun to watch. As you pull out your sword.
And the echo.
And the echo. Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead and just let's see, I don't have a token for you here. Go ahead and just roll me a d20 plus your dex modifier for initiative. If you can click initiative, but it might scream at you because you're not.
Where do I have to click a token, or is there like a?
Yeah, this is what it looks like, by the way. It's not really a bear. It looks like more like a land shark.
It doesn't let me. It just says there's no active encounters.
Okay, let me.
It'd just be a d20.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just roll a d20. I just want to see which.
Giving everyone a good view of this on stream.
Why?
Oh God, that's what she. That's that.
That's what she looks like.
When you said bear, I thought there'd be more hair.
Yeah. It's so she rolls a 20, and you rolled a 14. So she'll go first. As she shifts and changes, she sort of gallops towards you, and just charges at you, and just as she swings by, she makes a claw attack at you.
I haven't short rested, so I have nothing. Well,
26 to hit.
Yeah.
And 15 to hit.
Yeah. No, not 15.
No, not with the 15. So you take 19 points of piercing damage. I'm gonna go ahead and put your token on here, so that way I can put you on the initiative. So I can just help monitor your hit points. 19 points of piercing damage as she just claws right by you. And as she spins around, she now stays within your melee range.
Yeah, Olivia like wipes away the blood off the side of her face. She's like, all right, let's go. And then it's her turn now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so she's gonna action surge and do 2 attacks and then also have her echo attack. and then 2 attacks again, and then
Okay, so
attack again.
6. So you're gonna do 6 attacks.
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys watching this fight?
I'm asleep.
No, I'm going to
Okay.
sleep.
Okay.
Caden's gonna talk to Magda.
Doing this for
Okay. All right.
So 1.
First one hits.
Okay. 2. Oh,
Second one misses.
and then we'll do. Okay. Well, it would be 2. I'll do the 2 echo after.
Okay.
3.
That one hits.
That one.
That one hits.
Okay, and then echo attack. Wait, no. How do I just make a normal?
You just do a normal attack.
Okay, so now 2 more normal attacks.
Miss.
Wow, I'm rolling terribly.
Miss.
Why am I rolling so bad? Like every single
So
roll.
hit, miss, hit, miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So you just start swinging in a quick flurry of blows. You're just like cutting in, and some of them are just bouncing off of the hard shell of the creature that you are now fighting. It looks like you've done a little bit of damage, but as far as like its hit points, it looks like it's basically uninjured.
All of those were below average except for 1. That was
as you swing by. Holy crap! What the hell? As you swing by, it makes a bite attack at you. As you kind of like pull your arm out of its range, and then does 1 claw attack. As a like whoosh, it claws you.
29.
And as it does so, it just knocks you to the ground with the claw attack, knocking your sword out of your hand. And it just backs up after that point, as like, you know, and you watch as it shifts back into, and I think we're just gonna call that there. Don't want to actually get you hurt.
My sword out of my hand? Hell no! I have so many more. I'll just pull out another one, and if she moves away,
I don't want to hurt you. Go ahead. Yeah, make your opportunity attack as she moves away.
No, just 1 more. That's it. Then I'll say.
Yeah.
Can you two please be quiet?
All right. Rolled minimal damage.
Yeah, so it does another 9 damage to her, and that actually sort of cuts in just a little bit as she's shifting. And wow, time out. We're done. I don't want to hurt you. I was just holding back a little bit there. I didn't want to hurt you too much.
You know, if I wasn't so tired, that would have been. I would have just every single one of those would have like been so painful.
Yeah, definitely. Would really mess me up. I appreciate you doing this when you're tired.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't think that counts as, you know, this training that we said we were going to do. So we'll just say that was, you know, I'm just going to go get some sleep.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to head out to my next assignment, or fly back to the wall, rather. Keep practicing. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Keep practicing.
Yep. And she swings back up onto the horse, and they begin to fly away.
Damn it. She's gonna go through some forms and then go to bed angry.
Okay. All right. So everyone sleeps. I'm assuming you don't have to take watch because the watch is literally here. But are you going to take watch?
Cadence, before they go to sleep, is going to sit down near Magda for a moment.
How are you holding up?
Nothing went as it should have today.
No. No, it didn't. Looks like we're in the clear, though. That's good.
It's important to know, I think Marcus is in love with Clara. I just don't know if it's their friendship or something else. But I'm pretty sure she told him everything.
Could be. Well, to ask her, I suppose. See.
It's just important to note.
Yeah. I'd like to think he's trustworthy, but
I didn't.
again, he did date you in Gaul.
Just someone to keep in the back of our mind.
Certainly. Well, I'm tired. I don't want to think about this anymore. Let's go to sleep and hopefully we can leave this whole mess behind us tomorrow.
I hope so. Good night.
As you say goodnight, Kafka, who has been actually on your shoulder for almost the entire evening, lifts off and flies over to where Clara's sleeping in Olivia and Clara's tent.
I feel like I might not have had Kafka on my shoulder while saying that, but
It's been a long day.
Sure.
The question is whether or not Clara was listening in. So, but yeah, you're muted, I think.
That's a 50-50 shot if she was. I want her to, but
Roll me a d20.
rolling a d20.
No, you were sleeping. You were out like a light.
Probably getting like overly, like getting woken up by Olivia and then falling back asleep from her like smashing into the tent.
Yeah.
So yeah, you didn't hear that conversation through Kafka or otherwise.
Kafka would just peck you.
That's why I left. But yeah, so you guys get a full night's rest. You can hit your long rest button.
Finally.
Not interrupted by anything else. You guys wake up. You went to bed around 5. Without having to do watches, you can wake up around 11. So, which gives you enough time to walk into Coal Wharf today, as you are only 14 miles away from it. Olivia takes a long rest and recovers 46 hit points.
Should have been 47, but you know, I didn't want to be dead. She's fine though. Totally fine, not sore at all.
With that beat down you had yesterday, do you skip your morning workout?
No, you have to do extra workout.
Okay.
We're all just like
adds-
watching her do her thing and like, oh, that looks painful. Oh, man.
Yeah, in the morning as you
It looks like she's in pain.
Yeah, in the morning it looks like she took a lot more of a beating like than she remembered. She looks way sore than she should be.
Are you feeling okay, Olivia?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just, you know, did some extra training at night before I went to bed. You know,
It was 5 a.m. What were you doing?
it's fine. It's fine. I won anyway.
Against who?
Drusa.
Ah,
Yeah. She surrendered, so I'm taking that as a, you know.
I see.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go do a cool down, so starts doing some yoga.
Okay. Ag joins in on the yoga part.
Okay.
So, what's your plan for the day?
Get up, get moving.
Sounds good to me. You hop back on the road.
Did they take the horses?
It looks like the watch is still cleaning up the area, and they do intend to take the horses, deliver them back to their rightful owners. And a guard has been put. Well, the wagons that they were running were, you know, the people who lived in them were not all without families and things like that. So they're,
It's fair.
they had last names.
Has
I have a last
like
name.
the investigation itself has been moved out and it's just the watch cleaning up, or is there still some ongoing investigation?
There's still some ongoing investigation. There is still people running in a pattern over the woods, though you overhear them talking about it. They're basically, I think Magda would know this because of her just natural insight of people and stuff like that. But to you guys, they are treating this like how the U.S. would treat, a nuclear weapon getting stolen or something like that. Like, there's even more watch people milling around now. There's probably a good 100 people now here, and this is like a huge deal to them. But you guys are good to go. Nobody is giving you any mind.
My question is, did Clara leave the things she took from the wizard in the woods?
You told me to.
Yeah, I mean, I just suggested it, but did she do that? Because we might want to try to go get them.
Yeah, I think she probably would have just done what Magda said, and would have.
Okay. I assume I was running under the assumption they were in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we might want to go back and find those. If the
Cool.
search party isn't too close.
We pointed to that spot.
I forgot to mention that inside of the bag of holding when you dumped it out was 100 gold pieces worth of magical ink. So you can.
We have to go back.
You can add that to your inventory.
Oh yeah, Magda still has the detonator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grenade.
have they cleaned up all of
Yeah,
the?
grenade.
Have they cleaned up all the pieces of the Warforged?
The Warforged is currently that whole area is under a tent with guards.
Is there anyone? Is there anyone from last night's investigation that's still around that I recognize?
Not the important people, no.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it.
You go back to your spot in the woods where you hid things.
Like, I don't think we took them directly there because we gave them a circular area.
Yeah.
I would have left them where we decided to go back to the road, not where we actually set off the flare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, ignore that.
New loot.
Hayden and Magda. New loot.
No.
Let's see. Okay, you get back and they are still there. But there are watch members. Like, you have to wait until the right moment to grab them, as there are people all over these woods now. Incidentally, the thought passes probably through who has the highest survival.
Got a +1.
Plus
You want to beat a +1? 0. Okay. Yeah. So with +1s, doesn't really cross your mind. You're not survivalists. Yeah. So you grab the loot. I'm gonna just say you have it. So you now, Clara now has a bag of holding, which I will add to your sheet.
Thank you. I couldn't add that.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, well, I can't add it. I guess you don't have it. Don't give me that look.
I have a spell I want to learn and put in my book with this new magic ink.
Let's see. Bag.
I had 50 magic ink left over, 50 gold's worth. I only needed 50 more, and you've given me 100.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you have that. You have the 12 books in there that you didn't really look over closely, but you have them.
And a letter to look over once we get out on the
Yeah,
road.
I would look, as soon as we're away from the watch members, I would want to look at that letter.
Okay. That letter. Sorry, my foundry has hung up a second while it is loading a thing. I hope. Bag of holding. Just adding that to the inventories.
He said egg of holding.
Ag of holding. Ag is like, oh, that's a really cool bag. Could I have it?
No.
Bummer.
I just need one more bag of holding, friends. One more.
And then the world explodes.
All right, you have the bag of holding in your inventory, and so yeah. I actually think I can. Cool. So you look at the letter, and do you show it to everybody, or you just read it quietly by yourself?
I'm gonna read it quietly by myself first.
Alrighty then.
I'll tell them what important information they need to know. I'm
Sure.
good at doing
It's
that.
not like Clara keeps secrets.
If we're all walking together.
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm not reading it out loud. Like, I'm looking it over. You know that I'm reading the letter. I'm not actually trying to keep secrets from you.
Okay. This letter has a seal on it with the 3 balls. The 3. I got to come up with a better way of describing that.
The tricircles.
Or
The tricircles, the 3 orbs, the 3 orbs. Thank you. That's how I originally described it. The 3 orbs on it, and the seal has been broken. And it says, on request from Dr. Killigan, please bring the Death Wisp to Impact Research Center. Handle with care. Any damage to the container is your death. Please thank him for the use of his books and return them to him. Signed by, it's not signed.
High Impact Center?
The Impact Research Center.
Sorry, the Impact Research.
that's Dr. Killian?
There's the
Killian, I was
letter.
right. Okay.
Yep, Killian.
Okay. I'll have 3
So are you
balls.
sharing this?
Yes,
us?
I will share it with you all.
Ooh,
Caden's going to say, I remember that Death Wisp thing when it was speaking. No, sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake. Mixed up. He says, I did a little reconnaissance my watch before Meg does last night, before everything went to hell. And I heard the wizards talking about needing to take this thing to presumably this center. They were on their way there. So wherever that is, it's definitely north of here.
Clara, would you mind if I held on to this letter? I might study this handwriting.
Sure.
Thank you.
Can you like recognize somebody's like personality or something by their writing? Somebody told me they could do that once. I gave them like a note.
I
They
can
were like,
certainly impersonate him.
oh, okay.
I'd need to know a little bit more about him, but to start.
You're so dangerous. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
what was all
thinking
that
that thought.
Drusa?
Sorry, what did you say?
Drusa?
Connection at the wall. Seemed useful.
Yeah, I'm sure she wanted a connection.
Yeah, I'm not sure why she was
Okay.
asking so many questions. It's not really like her. Well,
Olivia, you're adorable.
Olivia, please
what?
think it through. She just kind of gestures at Magda like,
Think about what my job used to be.
think about how attractive Magda is.
Ew, what? No. But, well, I mean, okay.
Oh no, we broke her.
You know, I might have misread many interactions in my life.
Why is that not surprising?
I think you have, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all right.
On to Coal Wharf.
Yes, on to Coal Wharf.
You head to Coal Wharf. This is no longer a poorly traveled road. There are watch members moving up and down this road, and you pass several formations of 50 who are heading back and forth. And as you get closer to Coal Wharf, you Coal Wharf is a town that has a population of about 3,000, maybe 4,000 people. They all work in similar industries and things like that. But as you get closer, you see on the outskirts of the town is a giant tent city, probably capable of holding at least 1,000 people, maybe more. It's neat and orderly. The symbol of the watch flies above it. And there are permanent buildings going up for different areas that you would presume, based upon their locations, are conference centers or, things for meeting and talking things over and stuff like that. It looks like the engineering corps is here designing and setting these up, and you have to walk through this miniature town that has popped up around the edges, and it surrounds all of Coal Wharf except for up where it is against the water. And you have to walk through this, and there's different, and you see basically that there's a lot of watch who are here as a, and as you sort of like move through, Olivia, as you sort of just listening to the conversation, as people greet you, it's pretty clear that this is the back base to the front base, which is in Redwood, to the area. And there's probably a good 1,000 watch members stationed here. Far more than you might have realized based upon their troop movements and stuff over the last couple of months, or the last couple of weeks. But it looks like there's a sizable number, and this is where the big crack is, and then there's 2 other cracks along the wall. You enter into Coal Wharf. The town itself has just watch members walking up and down the street in uniform, not in armor, but they're on their day off. The town is just this absolutely bustling, busy town, and as you come in, you remember that you have to meet somebody here to tell them about the owl bears.
Mr. Benny.
Yes. And as you begin to search for Mr. Benny or ask around, that is where we are going to end our session. So welcome to Coal Wharf.
All right.
So yeah, a very relaxed ending to a tenseful beginning.
Good stuff.
Let me get the poll up.
Yeah. So the poll. What is this poll you're throwing up for somebody who might not know what you're doing?
We do a poll at the end of each of our shows. It is up now for the next 3 minutes. Please feel free to vote. What it is if there is a moment in our game tonight that you thought was a great moment for one of our characters, that you thought that was an inspiring moment, that was some really good role play, or you just liked one of our characters, what they did, you can vote for them to get Portent dice, which allows us to manipulate rolls in the future, which we've used to great effect in our last battle, they're really helpful. So if there's someone who you feel deserves it, please vote for them in the poll.
Yeah, there was a couple of good moments. Good night, good game. Got to get better at lying.
Yeah, right.
At some point, I'm going to give you proficiency in lying. Not yet, but at some point. Magda, that note is in your folder, in case you didn't see my message. There's a folder underneath the journal tab.
Yes,
labeled Magda. Okay. Yeah, got to meet 2 people from different backstories. And see where that goes. I think next week you'll probably make it to the dungeon.
Yeah, this is
Treasure hunt.
That has taken some time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
We had some pit stops. Not important at all.
Nothing big.
Nothing tra la la. It's fine.
I should vote, shouldn't I?
I'm going to draw really quick our path here for anyone who doesn't know. So we've gone from Ujamaa here. We dealt with some watch people who were corrupt here. We carried along. We dealt with a ranger here, carried along. We went into town and delivered our ranger friend. And we traveled north. We got a massage here. And we continued north, and then we dealt with a satyr here. And then continued along and dealt with some owl bears here. And got to here and dealt with a big wraith thing here. And this death wisp.
Yep.
Fled all over the place and did all kinds of weird stuff last night.
Just ran in circles.
And now we've made it here. This is our shiny destination.
Yeah, and there's a door somewhere around here. Yeah, and just for anybody who wants to know where they're going, they're going here, and then their goal is right about there. Right here somewhere.
It's that little temple right there. Is that
What
a
little
thing?
temple?
This thing.
Your little...
Don't worry about it.
What's that? We're all zooming in on that now.
Yeah, all the little cursors are like, huh? What's this?
Also, congratulations, Claire.
Oh,
Clara won. What?
I did fucking nothing. Shit.
No, that was so cute. I love that conversation with Marcus.
Thank you.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
11.
11. That's
Just
a good
enough
roll.
to fail things.
Just enough to fail things. Story of my life.
And I still have my abilities to cause some failures as well. Cause some disadvantage for you that I haven't used.
Yep.
I have scored 3 points that I haven't used.
I know, you've never used them.
I haven't needed to yet. But I've had Portent days.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone, we appreciate you hanging out with us. This has been an exhausting day to end satisfactorily with some D&D, but we are going to sign off. And once again, I'd like to thank our sponsor. And we will see you all next week as we see who sponsors us next week. Goodbye, good night, and yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.